Hello, my name is Mike Gannon, Chief Operating Officer for CRST, and it's my pleasure to introduce our first winter safe driving video. In my 34 years at CRST, the thing I'm most proud of is our commitment to safety for our drivers, our contractors, and the motoring public. One phrase we've always used is, nothing is so urgent or important you can't take the time to do it safely. As you go through this video, I'd like you to keep that in mind and operate safely all winter. Thanks and have a safe season.
Hello, I'm Rob Sullivan, Training Manager for CRST Expedited. I'd like to take a few moments of your time to talk about driving in winter conditions. The first topic I'd like to discuss is our comfort zone policy. CRST's comfort zone policy states that you, the driver, are empowered to shut the truck down if you feel it's unsafe to operate. We have this policy because only you know the limitations that you face. If you feel it's unsafe to drive, then don't drive. Now, if you are going to use this policy, I ask one thing. You communicate. Notify your driver manager or dispatcher immediately of the shutdown so they can in turn notify the customer that there might be a delay in their freight. One of the tools CRST provides you are regional weather updates on your Qualcomm device. These updates come from a combination of state, local, and federal information, traffic cameras, but more importantly, information provided to us from you, the driver, using our CRST Driven app. When you see these updates, you may notice a slowdown or a shutdown. These are mandatory, so please follow them. Now, while talking about winter driving, it's fair to ask, are you and your equipment both ready for the winter? Now, I've got a list of things you should have on your truck, but it's important to remember to plan for the unexpected. Things may take longer than you anticipate, so it's always a great idea to have extra fuel on your truck. One, the extra fuel adds extra weight and traction over your drive tires, but two, it gives you that extra security in case you need to idle the truck longer than expected. Now, my flatbed or specialty carriers may have additional items they need, such as shovels to remove snow off the deck of their trailers, maybe extra tarps or securement devices to keep their loads dry. With it being winter, it's chain season. If you are not sure if you need chains, simply ask your driver manager, consult the CRST Driver Handbook, or check the states you're traveling through's website, as each state has their own website with their own chaining regulations. Part of being a professional driver is your pre-trip inspection. Before setting out on the road, ensure your windshield wipers are in good shape, you have winter de-icing fluid, and your heaters and defrosters are working perfectly. Now, a part of that visibility is your light system. Make sure all lights are clean and working. Now, it's worth mentioning that LED lights don't get as hot as traditional light bulbs, so snow may accumulate on them faster. So throughout your run, it's a great idea to ensure that all lights are clean and working. Remember, keep it clean so you can be seen. Now, another limitation we have is our air brake system. Often shoes can freeze to the drums if a trailer or equipment's been sitting for long periods of time. So whenever you leave that parking stall, check your mirrors to ensure all wheel positions are turning. Another piece of advice on air brakes, drain the air out of your system every day to ensure that moisture does not build up and freeze and cause a problem down the road. Now, we can't talk about winter without talking about snow. Snow affects people differently all across the country. For example, 1 inch of snow in the Florida-Georgia area can affect traffic much differently than 10 to 12 inches of snow in the Colorado-Wyoming area. So be mindful of your surrounding and the potential limitations of the drivers around you. Now, snow is easy to see, but ice isn't. Ice is very dangerous, so be mindful of it. Ice forms in the morning and evening hours first, but anytime the road looks wet or shiny, but is not splashing or have standing water, that could be ice, so be prepared. Now, another weather condition we can't see is wind. The faster the wind blows, the lighter our equipment and the bigger our equipment. I'm looking at you, van drivers. That big 53-foot trailer creates a huge sail that can catch that wind, so always be mindful of that, especially when passing or meeting other equipment on the highway. Have a firm grip of the wheel, and remember, the faster you go, the more that wind can affect your trailer. Now, some basic tips to driving. The most important one, slow down. Do not hurry. Give yourself extra time to get to your deliveries on time. Don't travel in packs. As you cluster together on the highway or the interstate, if one car makes a mistake, that mistake can affect the entire group. Don't travel in packs. Now, another habit we have in driving in winter months is when visibility is reduced, we want to follow the lights of the vehicle ahead of us. Don't do that. If visibility is so bad you can only see the tail lights of the car ahead of you, that means you are traveling too close, and if they make an evasive maneuver or come to a sudden stop, you will not have adequate stopping distance and you will end up rear-ending or making contact with that vehicle. So keep safe following distance. Always strive for a minimum of 8 seconds of following distance and as much space around your truck as you can get. The more distance you have, The better your visibility, the more time you have to react, and the safer you'll be. If you need to slow down, you'll want to apply the brakes gradually and sooner than normal. Give yourself more time to stop. And when applying the brakes, always check your mirrors to make sure your trailer and your equipment is stopping with you. It goes without saying, but if traction's so bad we're talking about snow and ice, we should also say if it's that bad, you should not use your Jake brake. Another thing you should not do is park on the side of the road. If visibility or traction is so bad you need to leave the roadway, that's fine, but not on the shoulder. It's illegal and it's an extremely dangerous parking spot. So do not park on the side of the road. Now, if for any reason you do get an incident and you need to contact the accident hotline, that would be damage to a person, damage to product, or damage to any property, please take note of the number below. While talking about damage to a person, let's talk about 3 points of contact. In the winter months, our steps and grab handles become extremely slippery. Always use 3 points of contact entering or exiting the equipment. Now, damage to property, this is anytime your equipment makes contact with somebody else's equipment or property. Even if it's alleged, it's better off to call the hotline and let them know than to wait and assume there was nothing to worry about. And same with your trailer. If you have any overages or shortages or damage to your product, notify the hotline immediately to let them know of your concerns. Now, these guys and girls you're speaking to are there to help you. So please speak to them in a polite manner and answer all their questions the best you can. Now, I'd like to end on one last note. Slow down. Yes, it's extremely important we deliver our loads on time. However, nothing we haul at CRST is worth your life. So slow down and stay in your comfort zone. I'd like to thank you for your time and attention today, and wish you safe travels in your future. Thank you.